That's right, you did. So whilst we wait for the new codexes to come out, we're going to start a new series, which is going to be a daily review for Tyranids. So once a day, we'll take a look at one of the data sheets from the current Tyranids 10th edition codex, talk about how that plays in 11th edition, rate them out of 5, so you guys can request the next one. But for today, we're going to start top of the shop with Barbgaunts. So here they are, the humble Barbgaunt, been around for a while. These were one of the ones that we've found quite a lot in the 10th edition as it was in the Ultimate Starter set. So there's plenty of Barbgaunts floating about out there. What are they all about though? They're very simple. So they're little gribblies with a bigger gun. So they are infantry, great devourer, which doesn't really mean a lot, and Barbgaunts. When it comes to their stats, they got a 6-inch move, toughness 4, 4-up save, 2 wounds, 8 leadership and OC 1. So none of that is particularly exciting. Their speed is okay, very average. The save is not particularly impressive, less so now that obviously we don't get the benefit of cover impacting our armor class anymore. And 2 wounds, leadership 8, so definitely need to keep these boys in synapse. When it comes to cost, these guys are cheap. 55 points gets you 5, or you can double it and double it. So no discounts for running them in larger or smaller squads. They come with their launcher, named after them, which I suppose is sensible, some claws and some teeth. We'll take a look at that launcher then. So it's kind of a medium range weapon that's designed to take out very light infantry. So it has got D6 number of shots. It'll be interesting to see when 11th comes out whether that gets changed to a flat number. What we are starting to see in the Orc Codex is this removal, which might just be a thing for Orcs, or it could be an 11th edition thing where we lose randomized shots. So we've already seen that for Orc rockets and their burners, they're giving us a flat number of shots. It might well be that they do the same here with the Barb launcher. Maybe just give us a flat 3 or 4 shots from each one. It does have blast, so this is very much designed to take out big squads of similar gribblies, guardsmen, anything that's going to be in numbers ideally greater than 10. If you can see a big squad of 20, they can have a bit of a field day. D6 shots plus blast. If you do keep them moving only 3 inches or less, you're going to get heavy. Not always the easiest thing to get. Obviously, heavy's better in 11th than it was in 10th, because you can hop the other side of a wall, do your shooting. Very low ballistic skill. Half your shots are going to miss, and in fact, we keep in mind that for a lot of time we're going to be shooting at things that might have the benefit of cover, you're going to go to hitting on 5s. Now it is strength 5, so that does mean for those hits, if you are going into your ideal target, you're going to be wounding on 3s, but no AP and damage 1. So yeah, not the most impressive profile, and very, very kind of singular in its purpose. If these boys do end up in hand-to-hand combat, it's kind of over. 1 attack on a 4, strength 4, no AP, damage 1. It's very kind of Burns versus Smithers type thing going on. Their ability is a nice one though, so if they tag an enemy infantry unit with one of their shots, that enemy loses 2 from its movement, including its advances and its charge roll. So if there is a big scary melee unit, a bunch of Custodes or Death Shroud or Terminators in general that are closing in on something you don't want them to get to, these guys being able to wipe 2 inches off of a 5-inch movement unit could be pretty devastating for them getting where they need to go. So from a pro's point of view, they're quite good at mopping up very lightly armoured infantry. They can be used to slow down elite infantry that are already slow moving, and they're cheap. They're only 55 points. That's probably the things that are good for them. Things that don't count in their favour, they've got a very, very limited profile. The randomised number of shots can hurt you. They've got a very low ballistic skill. They can't do anything in hand-to-hand. So for me, these guys, we're going to give them a 2 out of 5. I don't think they're completely useless. I think they are quite niche in where you may find the value. If I had 55 points to spare in my roster, would I take one of these? Probably not. I'd probably grab like a Pyrovore or something like that. 2 out of 5. What Tyranids unit do you guys want to see next?